भगवान ना जय जयकार हो।
अंदर बैठेला दादा भगवान ना असीम जय जयकार हो।
अंदर बैठेला दादा भगवान असीम जय जयकार हो।
अंदर बैठेला दादा भगवान ना असीम जय जयकार हो।
अंदर बैठेला दादा भगवान ना असीम जय जयकार हो।
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 ओ दादा भगवान ना असीम जय जयकार हो।
दादा भगवान असीम जय जयकार हो।
दादा भगवान ना 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 असीम जय जयकार हो।
ओ दादा भगवान ना असीम जय जयकार हो।
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 ओ दादा भगवान ना असीम जय जयकार हो।
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 ओ दादा भगवान ना असीम जय जयकार हो।
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 ओ दादा भगवान ना असीम जय जयकार हो।
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 ओ दादा भगवान ना असीम जय जयकार हो।
दादा भगवान ना असीम जय जयकार हो।
ओ दादा भगवान ना असीम जय जयकार हो।
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 जय सच्चिदानंद।
जय सच्चिदानंद।
Pulinanandji. Pulinanandji.
हाँ जी।
Can you please do 3 mantras? Children will follow.
नमो वीतरागाय,
नमो वीतरागाय,
नमो अरिहंताणम,
नमो अरिहंताणम,
नमो सिद्धाणम,
नमो सिद्धाणम,
नमो आयरियाणम,
नमो आयरियाणम,
नमो वत्सायाणम,
नमो उवज्जायाणम,
नमो लोये सौव साहुणम,
नमो लोये सौव
ऐसो पंचन मुक्कारो,
ऐसो पंचनमुक्कारो,
सौवभावपणासणो,
सौवभावपणाशनो,
मंगलाणंच सवेसिम,
मंगलाणं च सौवेतिं,
परमं हवै मंगलम्।
परमं हवै मंगलम्।
ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय।
ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय।
ओम नमः शिवाय।
ओम नमः शिवाय।
जय सच्चिदानंद।
जय सच्चिदानंद।
Jai Satchidanand. Oh, Kush, English daily prayer. Loudly.
I don't know by heart.
You don't remember?
By heart, I don't.
See, that happens if you don't come to the satsang. Okay. Ahmedabad.
हाँ, जय सच्चिदानंद। हे दादा भगवान, आप मुझे ऐसी शक्ति प्रदान करें कि मैं अपनी हेल्थ को कभी भी कॉम्प्रोमाइज नहीं करूं, ताकि मेरा शरीर रूपी साधन मुझे मेरे ध्येय को यानी कि पढ़ाई में और सत्संग में हमेशा सहायक बने। मैं पढ़ाई में बिल्कुल सिंसियर रहूंगी। मैं बुरी सोहबत से और कुसंग से हमेशा दूर रहूंगी और कुछ भी हो जाए, मेरा सत्संग कभी भी छूटे नहीं, ऐसी परम कृपा करना। प्राप्त मन वचन काया का योग और अपने आत्मा का उपयोग केवल परोपकार यानी कि जीव मात्र की सेवा में ही करूं, जो श्रेष्ठ मानव धर्म है। मैं हमेशा अपने स्वयं के साथ और अन्य सभी लोगों के साथ के जीवन व्यवहार में विश्वसनीय, नैतिक और शुद्ध बनी रहूंगी, ताकि मैं बराबर दादा भगवान के जैसे ही परम उत्कृष्ट व्यक्तित्व की मानवी बन पाऊं। हे दादा भगवान, मैं आगे अपने माता पिता की हर बात सुनने की संकल्प लेती हूँ और उन्हें कभी भी अहंकार से जवाब नहीं दूंगी। कृपया इस संबंध में मुझे अनंत आंतरिक शक्ति प्रदान करें। जय सच्चिदानंद।
Satchidanand, thank you. Kush, do you know study prayer in English?
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead. Loudly, please.
O Dada Bhagwan, I am determined to break all the barriers, obstacles, and obstructions that come to me in studying and understanding. Please shower your divine grace, break all the veils of my vision, and give me the infinite inner strength to make my learning the best. Jai Satchidanand.
Thank you. Okay. Dev, hey Dada Bhagwan.
हे दादा भगवान,
हे दादा भगवान,
Bhagwan.
हम हैं आपके बच्चे,
हम हैं आपके बच्चे,
दिल के हैं सच्चे,
दिल
के हैं
सच्चे,
भी है कच्चे,
फिर भी हैं कच्चे,
काम करेंगे अच्छे अच्छे,
काम करेंगे अच्छे।
Okay, very good. Jai Satchidanand. Dada Bhagwan separation prayer. He talks about Hindi. Okay, Gujarati Shreya.
હે શુદ્ધાત્મા દાદા ભગવાન, તમે જુદા છો, શ્રેયા જુદી છે. હે શુદ્ધાત્મા દાદા ભગવાન, તમે રિયલ છો, શ્રેયા રિલેટિવ છે. હે શુદ્ધાત્મા દાદા ભગવાન, તમે પરમનન્ટ છો, શ્રેયા ટેમ્પરરી છે. જય સચ્ચિદાનંદ.
Okay, Kevin is here. Kevin in English. Where is Kevin? Because you to unmute him.
Yeah, one more thing.
Oh, we lost him?
No.
Oh, yeah, okay. Kevin in English.
O Bhagwan, your separate body self Keval is separate. O pure soul Dada Bhagwan, your real body self Keval is relative. O pure soul Dada Bhagwan, your permanent body self Keval is temporary. Jai Satchidanand.
Okay. Thank you all. Right. We are privileged today. Vidhi Didi is here. Hetsi Didi is here. Thank you for joining us, Hetsi Didi. You are inspiration for the children, okay? So you try to come whenever. Even Ananya Didi is there. Dipu Dada?
Yeah, I saw her.
Yeah, okay. Okay, very good. So we will, Pulindada will just check the homework of everybody. And this is, how did you do whole week on yes to your Gurujis? How is the progress from last week? Okay. Keval will start with you. Keval.
I said yes 80% of time, and I said no 20% of the time.
20% no. To who? Mama or Papa?
Mama.
Mama. Primarily Mama, right?
What?
Primarily Mama. Okay, all the time Mama. Okay. Why did you say no, Mama? She's bugging you?
when it was really late and she wanted me to go for a shower.
Okay. Taxiba.
You are unable to unmute.
Okay. Shreya Didi.
Jai Sachidanand. I said yes 70%, and since the week and no 30%. I said no to Guru Papa.
Oh, you said no, Papa? That's interesting. Why did you say no to Guru Papa?
Papa told me that to get his laptop from the room, and I was like playing. So then I said no at that time.
Okay. Taxiba, can you unmute? Okay. Okay. Vidhi Didi, what's one thing you were going to track? Any update on that?
Actually, I tracked on my third Agnya Vyavasthit Shakti.
On the third Agna.
Yes.
Okay. Any progress?
Only 50%.
Only 50%. Okay. Dev.
My week is not completed, so after 3 days I will give report.
Okay. What happened to Darsal? Okay. Heta Siddhi, since you are here, can you give me some experience of Guru Purnima? Dada Bhagwan Jayanti? You were there, right?
Yes.
English Mafauza?
Try.
Okay, trying. Okay.
It was
Oh.
so amazing. I feel like Dada Bhagwan is here. Okay, I will go with Hindi.
Okay, fine. ગુજરાતીમાં બોલશો ચાલશે, બધા ગુજરાતી જ છે.
ઓકે. ત્યાં ગયા પણ ગરબામાં તો શુદ્ધાત્મા પદમાં રહેવાનો ટ્રાય કર્યો હતો પણ બહુ નતું રહેવાયું. પહેલી 5-10 મિનિટ રહેવાય પણ પછી તો એ પાછું ગરબામાં હેચરીમાં જતું રહેવાતું હતું. અને સમાધિએ તો એટલો સરસ અનુભવ થયો. આમ જાણે એવું લાગે કે દાદા પ્રત્યક્ષ છે અહીંયા. એટલે આટલા વખતથી નતો થતો. આટલા વખતથી ખાલી બસ મમ્મી કે એટલે દર્શન કરવા છે એવી રીતે જતા હતા. પણ આ વખતે એ અનુભવ થયો કે ના દાદા પ્રત્યક્ષ છે.
ઓકે. સમાધિમાં શું દાદા સાથે શું વાતો કરી?
એ જ કે 5 આજ્ઞામાં રહેવાય અને બહુ તો નથી કરી કારણ કે થોડો ટાઈમ જ હતો.
ઓકે, વેરી ગુડ, વેરી ગુડ. ઓકે.
પણ પુલિનાનંદજીને વાત કરતા જોયા હતા તો એવું થયું કે કેવી વાતો પુલિનાનંદજી કેવી વાતો કરે છે. હજુ અમને એવું નથી આવડતું.
ઓકે. શું પુલિનાનંદજીને શું હતું?
પુલિનાનંદજી સમાધિ આગળ બેસીને દાદા જોડે વાત કરતા હતા. આમ હસીને એટલી મસ્ત જાણે આમ આપણે કોઈની જોડે વાત કરતા હોય ને એવી રીતે દાદા જોડે વાત કરતા હતા.
Pulinanandji says he doesn't know that.
I don't know.
Pulinanandji, somebody caught you on candid camera.
Maybe.
Okay.
સમાધિ પર તો કઈ ને કઈ આવા સારા દિવસોમાં તો આપણે શક્તિઓ માંગતા હશે.
You can talk your English.
So on this most auspicious day of Janma Jayanti, Dada Bhagwan Janma Jayanti and Dada Bhagwan Samadhi. So obviously I must be praying something, asking something, or thanking him something. I don't know what she saw, but maybe. I don't know.
Okay.
Hmm.
Okay. So yesterday we were talking about Shailesh Dada was talking about sincerity for making the goal. So let us see.
Open.
Okay. Briefly, what is your sincerity to your goals? Anybody can want to talk? Because, Ram, Dev, you need to talk. Because what happened yesterday, Dev came and he came after a long time and he has slipping in his studies very badly. He was a very bright student and then now the grades are falling down quite a bit. So, Dev, can you talk in English, Dev?
Yeah.
Eh? What did Shailesh Dada tell you and what did you decide?
Tomorrow Sajesh Dada had told that I have to I have to use less TV and mobile and to more concentrate on studies. So today I had taken TV and mobile, but I had done homework, but no studies for extra. Means I don't do revision. I only do homework.
Oh, okay. So you started. Why not extra studies? You to catch up, right?
Laziness comes from inside
Okay.
there.
Okay. So, Pulindada, why don't you talk about motivation to go to the goal? Like they will still not motivated completely that he has to do some extra work to catch up with what has been lost. Pulindada?
Can I ask Dev which standard you are studying in? Which standard is Dev studying in?
Dev.
8th.
10th?
8.
8th. Okay. Now 8th is okay. Then you will come to 9th. 9th becomes very critical because the next is the SSC or 10th, And why do you feel you are not able to study more?
No, laziness comes from inside. At yesterday, I had decided that I will study, but when I sit to study, that laziness comes.
Yeah, what do you mean by laziness comes in?
Uh,
What happens actually?
in my mind, there is a question that why I am studying on Sunday, and that then laziness comes, and I go outside and play.
So when you sat for studying, your mind said that why should I study? Let me go and play.
On Sunday.
On Sunday, but today is Sunday.
Right.
So today?
Yeah, today. He's talking about today.
Okay. But why did you decide to study on Sunday? Because Sailesh, as I told you yesterday.
Yeah,
See, it's very simple. It's very simple. Because do you feel that you need to improve your grades, get more marks?
yeah.
No, it's not. One is mommy, daddy telling that you should improve, and one is you feel you should improve.
I feel that I have to improve because I will be in top 10. Sorry, I am in top 10, but now I very less. Means my percentage is from 89, 92 or direct 70, 72, 75.
So you feel bad about it?
Yeah.
Okay, so that is very important. You should feel bad, or rather, I would say that you should feel get no, I have to come up. Now, let me ask one more thing. Have you tried to analyze why your grades have gone down, why your percentage of marks has gone down?
Because I have overconfidence that I can do anything. Means one time I will see that that is fit in my mind, but when the exam papers come, I forgot everything. When I
Oh.
am to study, So I had overconfidence that only one time I will see and I will remember it.
Okay, fine. That's good. So you were overconfident that if I read once, I will remember and will able to give the exams properly, right? And that you found at the time of exams, you could not recall properly and you could not get write properly and you could not get good marks, right?
Yeah.
So that means that confidence that you had was overconfidence, and you need to do something about it. What do you think you should do so that you remember properly during exam?
I will do that. If overconfidence comes, so I will tell my mind that no, I will study one more time or 2 times or 3 times to remember it properly.
That is very good. That is very good. All I'm saying is that you must check your confidence. In the sense, supposing you have read once, you feel okay, now during the exams, I will be able to write properly. But before the exams, you should try to recall. Try to recall what have you studied, as if you are explaining to your friend over there. He's not there, but as if he's there. And you have to explain to him that this is what I've read, whatever subject, whatever, as if you explained him. So then at that time, you will realize whether are you able to recall what you have read or you're not able to recall, which you don't remember. So that is a check whether your confidence is well placed or whether it is overconfidence. And if you feel, no, I'm not able to remember, then automatically you feel you will be motivated to do revision. I thought I remembered, but I'm not able to remember, so I need to revise. And once you decide that I need to revise, then you will not have to fight against your mind, because it was your decision that you want to revise. Then whether it is a Sunday or it's not a Sunday, it doesn't matter. I thought I remember, but I am not able to remember, so I need to read it again and see to it that I remember. Okay. So revision, doing again and again, or telling the mind that I will do revision, may work, may not work. As per your experience of today, it has not worked. You forcefully said that I have to read again, but your mind did not agree and you were not able to concentrate on your reading, right? So forceful may not work so much. It can work, but in this case, it has not worked, because your heart must be into it. You must heartily feel that, no, I want to score good marks. I must be able to write my exams properly, for which I must be able to remember what I've read. And if you feel that I must remember what I read, then automatically you will automatically do revision whenever required. Because it is your goal that I want to remember, and you will check whether I am able to remember or not. So if you have read today, then after next, say tomorrow, day after, whenever, you will again feel like revising. Do I really remember that? And if you remember, it's good. But in case some parts of it you are not able to remember, then automatically you will do revision. Yes, I need to remember that. So your mind supports your goal that you want to do revision. Then whether it is late night or Sunday or a holiday, that will not come into your mind, because you have given importance to you remembering what you have read. It is your goal, you see. And when it is your goal, the mind will not rebel. Today what happened, it was not your goal. It was somebody told you, maybe an Aptaputra told you, or someone else told you, you must revise, your grades are not good, you should do this, you should do that. So you said, yes, I should do it. So because you did it because someone else told you. You understand the little difference I'm trying to point out? So if I may, effective self-motivation. You are motivated, but under the influence of someone else, because someone else has told you. it has to come from within. And it will only come from within when you check whether whatever you have read, you are able to remember. So you will also get a check of your confidence, whether it is overconfidence, normal confidence, or misplaced confidence. So what I would suggest is, you can pray to Dada before you study, when you sit to study rather, that Dada, please give me the strength to understand and remember what I'm reading. Finish your studies in the normal way, and after a day or two, whenever you feel appropriate, check, do I remember? And once you feel you have not remembered, automatically you will revise it. And that is one of the ways to overcome your overconfidence and be motivated to do revision. And once you do revision, then automatically you will remember, and your confidence will rise. You see, when you start remembering, your confidence will increase. And automatically with an increased confidence, you will remember more and more. So with less effort, you'll be able to remember more, write properly in your exams, and get good marks. Understand? So this would be the roadmap for your good performance in exams or increasing your grades, according to me. This is how you would be motivated. Jai Satchidanand.
Jai Satchidanand. Okay. So now, since we have some good audience today, Hetsi Didi, તમે કહો, now you're almost going to final year of college. So what was the first motivation that you had? Sorry, તમારા motivation ની વાત કરો.
Pulinanandji, we make them do this prayer, study prayer on daily basis, 2 times. You can just casually go through it. So
that come to me. Please, what you the best. Okay, teach. Okay.
Okay, Didi.
Yes, we have to revise all the things before the exam for 3 to 4 times. For my before 10th exam, I revised all the maths. I have 2 maths books and I revised all because I have 3 holidays before the maths exam. For maths, you need to practice all the sums from the practice book or whichever guidance book you have. And for science also, you need to clear your concepts.
Okay.
Yeah, well, what do you mean by clearing a concept? Means understanding, not just remembering.
Yes.
Dave, did you understand? Difference between remembering and understanding. So if you have understood the principle or the matter, then you can reproduce it anytime you want, rewrite anytime you want. Correct, Pulinanandji?
Instead of what we call ratta, just remembering it mechanically.
Cramming.
Instead of just cramming, you must understand what is being explained. The concepts must be understood. If you understood the concept, then you can reproduce it in your words appropriately during exams. But if you just cram it or just mechanically remember it, then you may have difficulty in writing the paper properly. Sometimes the questions are so twisted, the same thing but put in a different manner. If you know the concept, we can answer well. But if you have just remembered mechanically from the guidebook or textbook, then if it is not like that, the question is not framed like that, then you will get lost. So try to understand the concept. If you're not able to understand, consult your teacher, guide, or your friend or somebody. The success for a good exam result is understanding things properly. Then only you will be able to write fast, write accurately, and get good grades. So try to understand. That's one of the key things from Hitachi. 2 things. One is repeated revision, so that the whole idea is fit into your head. And when the paper comes, you can immediately recall and start writing quickly without making mistakes. And second thing is understanding the concepts, which is very important in subjects like science. Okay, thank you.
Okay. So also, Pulinanandji, Deepakanji, children, we have been telling you, children, once you come from school, okay, look at the subjects you studied and write your own notes. So what Taswid is saying that, you know, when at the exam time, you just refer to your notes and everything will come fresh, mind. So everybody must do that. Okay. So Dave, you coming from school, you want to watch TV, you know, that will wipe out all your memory of what you studied. So you need to sit down and write down all the notes you remember and from the textbook. Then you'll be always getting great grades. Okay, everybody. Okay. Anything else you want to add, Deepak Dada?
Yes. First thing, on daily basis, whatever you are taught in the school or college, you must read through what the teacher taught you today. You must do that. And if you haven't understood anything in that, because you will come to know when you read through something is missing, then mark it and ask your teacher next day. So it is like what the teacher taught yesterday, you did not understand some of it. So next day you clarify it, so that is final. And on regular basis, you must do revision. Number 3, you must have your home timetable. So you know that you are correctly revising all the subjects. It's like if I don't like mathematics, then I will not be having any plan or timetable for mathematics because I don't have any timetable. I will do whatever I like the most or what I like more. And those subjects which are missed, you will always remain weak in that. Rather, in any weaker subject, you have to allocate more time. Did you all understand?
Yes.
Yeah, this is how people become smart. Pulinanandji was a great academic guy, you know. He got good percentage. I became smart after getting a lot of thrashing.
You see, one point I'm just repeating what Deepak said. Okay, if I'm weak in some subjects or I don't like some subject, then I must study more or do more revision or do more practice in that so that I become equal or good in that subject. Rather than leave away because I don't like, you must do more practice on that. That is a very important point. Okay.
Okay. Jai Sachidanand, everybody. We will see you tomorrow. Those who can come. Jai Sachidanand.
Christian, some kids are having their exam, so all the best. Remember Dada and write nicely. Lots of blessing. Jai Sachidanand. Pulinanandji, some kids are having exam. Kirtan,
Yes.
are having exam.
All the best on my behalf also. I wish you all the best for a successful exam. Huh? Yes.
Hitri, you can also tell them all the best.
All the best, all.
Jai Sachidanand.
Jai Sachidanand. Okay. 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 Okay, Vaishali Ben has a question.
Jai Sachidanand Pulinanandji.
Jai Sachidanand.
Jai Sachidanand Deepakanandji.
Jai Sachidanand.
Pulinanandji, my question is, as I get to know Vaishali's Prakriti more and more, I could see her mistakes clearly. And when I see more of her mistakes, the mind wants to tell me 2 things. 1, you're a bad person because you're making so many mistakes. Second, that all these mistakes have consequences, and that when it shows fear that you will have to deal with the consequences of, whatever mistakes you're making. And I don't know how to make sense of the mind that, I know that separatedness is there, that this is Vaishali's doing, but it the buddhi comes and tries to show me that, look at all the things you've done in the past or you're doing now. For example, I'll give you an example. My in-laws live with me, but when they go to India, so when they leave, I really realize how my behavior has caused them harm when they were here. And that makes me, I do Pratikraman ongoing, but it still brings up the last 20 some years of all the harm and hurt that I may have caused their ego. And it just makes Vaishali feel like, well, you're not a good person because, who does that? Who harms and hurts people? So how do I make sense of it all?
No, it's not too difficult. It's not too difficult. You see, you are realizing that you have caused hurt to your in-laws due to today's understanding of Akram Vignan. In the past, maybe year or two, whatever satsangs you have attended, you have found that hurting somebody is detrimental to our real life as a relative. When worldly matters, it will harm us, and in the moksha also it will harm us. That is what you have realized now. So that is what is making you feel that you have done wrong. If had you not got this gnan or were not attending the satsang so much, you would have not felt that you were doing something wrong.
100%, yes.
Okay. So you should feel proud that you have nipped the error in the bud. In the sense, very quickly you have found out that you have been making mistakes. And now having found out that information, your golden opportunity to correct them or erase those mistakes, which you're doing by way of Pratikraman. So Pratikraman is something to be felt very happy about. That, by doing Pratikraman, I'm erasing all the past mistakes. The advantage of doing Pratikraman or the advantage of erasing the past mistakes is you will not have to suffer the consequences of making those mistakes. When you have hurt someone, and if you don't do Pratikraman, an equal amount of hurt will come back to you later on in life. So, by doing Pratikraman, you are nipping it in the bud. You will not have to face an equal amount of suffering which you have caused in the past. So it is something to be, it is something to feel very happy. And I don't say feel happy. You will feel happy. If Pratikraman is done properly and heartily, you automatically will feel very light. You will feel light, you will feel happy. So I don't think it can make you feel miserable about that you are such a bad person. Yes, you have made mistakes because of your ignorance, because of your ego, because of your understanding. But you are so fortunate that you have got a very good chance to correct it. I would put it that way. You should bless yourself. Vaishali, you're lucky. Now you won't have to suffer the consequences of your mistakes. So just erase it very fast. Two things you will get. One thing, you will not have to suffer the consequences. Second thing, you will have an enhanced Jagrati. You will have an enhanced Jagrati. So the next time, you will not make those mistakes. Or whenever similar circumstances arise, you will be more alert, and at least there will be breaks on the mistakes. If in case you make a mistake, immediately you will be alert and you will come back, or you can just stop in the tracks.
Right, but the mind says that the mistakes were so many. Maybe I might not even have enough time to do Pratikraman this lifetime because there was so much hurt.
So what? Make it an agenda. If not every day, every alternate day, take out 15 minutes, take out 20 minutes. Do it in parts and pieces.
I can do that, yeah.
Do it in parts and pieces. You have to enjoy the process.
And I think it's
so every day or alternate day or whatever way you decide, you do it. So today I will do 20 minutes Pratikraman for XYZ errors. Then I will do tomorrow or day after 20 minutes for XYZ errors. So in installments, you erase it. No?
Yeah.
What's wrong?
Yeah. No, that's true.
Dada Bhagwan did the same thing. He told us to do the same thing, and we have also done the same thing. It takes time. Never mind. It takes time. If you have a pile full of clothes to be washed, you have a pile full of clothes to be washed. You will do it slowly, slowly. What's wrong? Who said that you should finish it in 1 month?
Correct. I think it's also the idea that buddhi shows that do pratikramans really work? Conviction that this pratikraman I'm doing heartily, it's actually working and I am being forgiven for all the mistakes.
So that you obviously will realize. No?
That conviction is not there yet. Like there are times that it feels like the pratikraman is just part of a routine in my daily pratna, or after charan vidhi and stuff, there's pratikraman slot. So there is, it just gets done. Whereas if it's done heartily, even if I do it once, it's enough. I don't have to do it for half an hour, just for the sake of doing it.
Now, so there you answered it yourself. If you do it heartily once, it's more than enough. So then do it once and do it heartily. No? If you're not in the right frame of mind to do Pratikraman at that point of time, don't do it. Pratikraman can only be done when you're in the right frame of mind. Either you're deeply repenting on an error or you want to redo it with proper jagrati.
Yeah.
It is just not, it's not a routine ke bhai brush karna hai to brush kar lo. No.
Right.
It won't work. It won't work.
I understand. Doing this Samayik that we've been doing about Rag and Dvesh the last few days, it's helping a lot, because the minute their thought comes in my mind, it reminds me that it is time to pause and do Pratikraman. And it really helps, because that's when I really do it heartily, because it's not part of my schedule. It comes to me and it's asking to be, dealt with, basically.
That's it. That is the only way to do Pratikraman. One must feel that one needs to cleanse. If that need is not there, you can't do Pratikraman. While eating food, is some dal spills on our clothes, immediately we wash it, because we feel that the stain will remain. If you don't feel the stain will remain, you will not do it. So similarly, in case of Atikraman, we must feel that this is a stain on this thing, and I need to erase it.
No, I think you clarified this one part very well, that buddhi keeps showing me fear that you have to pay consequences for all these mistakes. But Pratikraman is that soap that washes off these mistakes that I don't have to deal with the consequences. That helps.
I don't know. If you really ask me, when you do proper Pratikraman, you will feel light and feel very happy. Then obviously, see, what is the meaning of feeling light? Its answer is very simple. If I draw an analogy, supposing you have stained your clothes by something, okay? You wash it once with the soap and water, it doesn't go. You wash it second time, third time, gradually it will fade away. And after some time, it will totally go away. You won't find the stain. So when there is no stain, so the clothes are new and you feel nice. Same thing by doing Pratikraman, you are washing off that errors and you will feel so light. See, if you feel light, you must take it for granted that that error or mistake is erased and no consequences are going to come. So the buddhi is finished. There's no question. You know what? My experience, if I tell you, many years ago when we were young and when we were doing Samayiks and all that, on any topic, I do a whole Samayik, I see all the errors 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then when I repeat the Samayik on the same topic, I see the same mistakes also again. Then I see third time, fourth time, fifth time. Then a time comes when I can't even find the errors. I can't see the mistakes because they're all erased. At that stage comes. Even if I want to erase it, just like clothes, I can't see the stain. So when do I put soap and water? So that is what true Samayiks or Pratikraman leads to. And once that is there, it's your own hardcore experience. So the intellect has no scope to say anything. You're a bad, you have to suffer. What am I suffering? I can't see any mistakes. I'm clean.
Yeah.
So true Pratikraman and Samayik will in fact boost you. Boost your jagrati, boost your happiness, feeling light. And number 2, by doing repeated Pratikraman Samayiks, your awareness will increase. So next third or fourth time when you're making the similar mistake, you will immediately stop in your tracks, and oh no, this is not to be done. So you will be alerted before making the mistake or just at the time of mistake. So gradually your mistake making process will also reduce.
That I've already noticed that just by attending the satsangs and remaining alert, I'm stopped many times when I want to say something. I there's something inside me that says, don't say it. It's not helpful. It's not necessary. Just hold back. And the more it's a muscle, right? Awareness is the muscle that the more I exercise it, the stronger it's going to get. The more I listen to it. Jagruti.
It enhances the Jagruti, basically. Perfect. So those fears are all misplaced. If done heartily, your fear of that you're a bad person and you have to experience the consequences of those mistakes.
I feel different now. I actually feel that I'm proud of Vaishali for recognizing these mistakes, because it helps me not be attached to it and see the wrongs that I've done, and I can correct it, which is the best part. With Pratikraman, I can correct it.
Dada Bhagwan told that you have to clear up all your karmic debts, all the errors, mistakes of infinite lives. So one life worth you even spend on it, what's wrong in that?
Yeah.
It won't go away just like that.
Very good. I understand.
And you see, the biggest thing I tell you, you have got this Akram Vignan, this tool of Pratikraman at this young age. Had you got this at age 60 or 60 plus, then you had so many things to clear, and your mind and body may not be so active also. So you should feel very proud, Vaishali, you have got this at a young age where you are mentally and physical stamina, strength is there. So you clear it now. Hence, the remaining part of your life will go error-free. So consequences of anything will not be remaining. So old age will be grand old age. So that's one proud thing you need to be proud about. And these young kids, so we are doing this satsang, they are still luckier than us. They're getting it in their teens. So they will lead a much better and a more alert life. So tell yourself that actually you're fortunate you got it at a young age, relatively young age.
Yeah.
Yes.
Jai Sachidanand. Thank you.
Jai Sachidanand. We have a guest today, Rani Ben. Rani? Krishna? Lalita Ben?
Jai Sachidanand.
Jai Sachidanand.
Jai Sachidanand Deepakanandji, Pulinanandji. I have one question. I've been reading and I would like to understand what is the Prathisthit Atma. Is it different from your pure soul, or is it part of that, or what is that function that Dada talks about?
Okay, she's video is off, is it? Okay.
She is Dr. Lalita Ben's daughter.
Acha, okay. So Rani Ben, is it?
Yes.
Rani Ben, it is like this. Prathisthit Atma, Prathisthit means something which you imbibe or you have been imbibed. So a belief Atma, if I may say so. Belief self. Atma is self, a self-belief. Now that I am the name bearer, whatever my name is, that is the belief which we have imposed on ourselves, because of which a new body form or a new self-identity has come in the next birth. That is called Prathisthit Atma. I am Pulin, or whatever my name is, I am Rani. Now, with that belief, one keeps doing all the activities. And as a result, the next birth also he gets one more belief or one more ego that I'm the name bearer, whatever name he gets in the next birth. So that belief of the self is called Prathisthit Atma. It is definitely different and separate from the pure soul. The pure soul is separate, one side. The physical mind, body, speech is a separate identity. And between the two is this Prathisthit Atma, the belief soul, or imbibed belief soul, if I may say so. We have imbibed this belief. We have put belief that I did this, I did that, I did this. So that is the one that generates the Prathisthit Atma. I don't know whether I'm clear on that. Are you with me, or you need more clarification?
So I think, okay, I have to draw it on paper to understand. So it is in between the pure soul and the physical mind speech.
Yes.
So if we cause hurt to someone, are we hurting this imbibed soul, not the actual?
Hello?
Or is it the pure soul? Or am I not understanding properly?
No, see, pure soul is pure, whether in my body or in any living creature's body, and it is totally unaffected by whatever happens to the mind, speech, body. Pure soul is pure. It is this Prathisthit Atma which experiencing pain and suffering or happiness.
Okay.
It is the one who gives pain, suffering, or happiness, and also experiences pain, suffering, and happiness.
Pulinanandji, there is one sutra of Dada Bhagwan. I'll just put it on the screen. It's wonderful. I mean, it really explains nicely.
Jo, પ્રતિષ્ઠિત આત્મા એ આગળની થયેલા પ્રતિષ્ઠાનું મૂર્તિ સ્વરૂપ છે અને વ્યવહાર આત્મા એ આજે નવી મૂર્તિ ઘડી રહેલો આત્મા છે. બેઉ દરઅસલ આત્માના ક્ષેત્રની બહાર છે. ચાર્જમાં પ્રતિષ્ઠિત આત્મા હોય નહીં, ચાર્જમાં પોતે હોય, ડિસ્ચાર્જમાં પ્રતિષ્ઠિત આત્મા છે. Yeah. You see, I deliberately didn't go into this depth. I thought it might confuse her, but now that the point is raised, let me get into this. You see, Prathisthit Atma is the discharge part, Discharge in this, discharge whatever mind, body, speech we have, that is the Prathisthit Atma. Okay. Everything apart from the soul, pure soul nikal do, so the balance that remains is Prathisthit Atma. And I did not want to bring this Vyavhar Atma concept. You see, there are two types of Prathisthit Atma. One is the one who is doing the Pratishtha or who is charging the karmas. When one is not aware of one's own self, when he doesn't know that I am the pure self, in the ignorant state, one believes that he is the name bearer, that I am Suresh, I am Ramesh. Okay? Now that state is called Vyavhar Atma. That is in the Vyavhar, what he believes himself to be. Right. He believes is the body. Okay. So that belief is Vyavhar Atma, or that is the one that charges the new karmas.
Okay.
So it is generating the new Prathisthit Atma of the next birth. Or it is charging karmas. Okay. Yeah. So that is a charged Prathisthit Atma, or in this really it is called Vyavhar Atma. Now because of that, I am the name bearer. I am Suresh. I did this. I did that. So he is charging karmas. What will happen? He will generate a new body. He will generate a new birth. And in that birth, he will then experience whatever karmas he has charged, either of punya or pap. So while experiencing, it is a discharge ego or the discharge Prathisthit Atma.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Prathisthit Atma means whose Pratishtha has already been done, or it is a discharge part.
I understand now. Yeah, that completely makes sense. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Anything else?
Okay?
Okay,
Okay,
thank
Rani?
you. Thank you. Jai Satchidanand.
Jai Satchidanand. Okay, Akshay bhai.
Unmute.
Jai Satchidanand Pulinanandji. Jai Satchidanand Deepakanandji.
Jai Satchidanand.
My question is related to thoughts, staying in present and determination. So the question gets raised with I've been observing thoughts that keeps popping up. Few thoughts are good, few thoughts are not good, few thoughts are negative, few thoughts are positive. Akshay gets dragged in those thoughts, and then after a few moments I realize I've been dragged and not staying in present. So when thoughts pop up, and what is the I understand thoughts are coming to clear off, or basically to you shared in the earlier youth satsang that those are like parmanus coming out, and we basically have to pure them in our enlightened state. But I want to understand more about what do we do when thoughts are popping, and where does staying in present and our determination come in?
So what you're trying to say is, can you get entangled or get involved in the thoughts, and you want to find a way of how not to get involved or tanmayakar in the thoughts.
Right.
Staying in the present is a different thing slightly. If you observe the thoughts, you are in the present. Basically, you are not lost in the past and not lost in the future. What I will do in the future, or what will happen to me in the future, whether it is a project, personal life, or whatever. Nor are you pondering on the past. He did like this to me. I should have not done like this. So typically, we are either in the past or in the future. But leaving the past as gone is gone, or learning mistakes from the past and moving ahead, and doing a little bit of planning about the future and not pondering too much about it, leaving it to Vyavasthit. What will happen in the future is part, leave it to Vyavasthit. So that is one of the keys of remaining in the present. So remaining in the present is by not pondering too much in the past or not pondering too much in the future. That's the key. And regarding your previous question, where you said that how not to get involved into the thoughts, tanmayakara into the thoughts. One of the ways is you do some inner chanting. That means you will say, Om Shuddhatma Chu, Om Shuddhatma Chu, I'm pure soul, I'm pure soul. Or some of the I'm source of infinite knowledge, Anand Gnan Vadochu, Anand Darsan Vadochu. Source of infinite knowledge or source of infinite understanding. These three, either of the three. If you keep it as a practice that I will be doing this, in the pause moments when you're not doing any active work, or you're doing mechanical work like making tea, where you don't have to think much about it. So this thing goes in the background. It's a background score which you decide to have it with you, which keep plays in the background. You're having bath, you can still do that. But you don't really need the intellect or any decision making. Now, this is one way of keeping the mind away. Either a thought comes or this thing comes. Both can't play together. Either you're saying I'm pure soul, or the thought is there. If you say the thought will not there. So this is one of the ways to prevent from getting entangled into the thoughts. This is a interim measure. till a time comes where we have our Jagrati is raised to a sufficient level and we are able to observe the thoughts separately. Right now, because we have a lot of work to do and you have many files to clear, so it's not very possible to remain detached or observe the thought as they are. You can only do it when you are sit in a specific samayik to observe it,
Right.
So an inner background chanting is one of the ways thoughts will be, you will not get thoughts, unnecessary thoughts, if I may say so. And so the question is getting entangled in those thoughts will not arise. You will be engrossed in this chanting rather. So it may lead to a little bit of separation. It will lead to a little bit of enhanced Jagrati, which will also give you a good amount of clarity in your decision making in day-to-day life. Normal routine decision making. Should I take this car? Should I take this route? Should I do this work in the project at office? Should I take this file first? Do I do this work first? Some things, all those decision making will be very fast, very clear. In case there is some dispute in the office or at the home, then you will immediately get an insight as how do I resolve this conflict without getting entangled. It will enhance your Jagrati and it will enhance your vision. Darshan khulluta se, vision khulluta se. Enhance your vision of how to deal with normal routine activities. So that will lead to separation. And that separation will lead to that your observation and remaining in the present part. See, when does one not be in the present? Either he's lost in the past or
future.
So when your problems come and you are able to solve it, it's no question of what I have to do, how to do. So no future thinking and no repenting about the past. This will lead you to that present point. Moment your antaskaran is free, your intellect is free, what to do. When the intellect is not able to find an answer, you are entangled over there.
Right.
But the moment you get this insight, you're not entangled. So you're free. And if you're free, you're in the present. So this inner chanting is one of the ways which will help you in overcoming the, if I may say, the one word they use in the Western world is mental chatter. There's a lot of mental chatter going on, which entangles us in the past, present, and not making it.
Right.
So to cut short that mental chatter, this inner chanting will help. It will also help in other ways. Your chitta will not be moving around unnecessarily. It will be focused in where you are or in whatever activity you are doing.
Right.
So it will lead to presence of chit and as well as halt the mental chatter. Right. Unnecessary mental chatter.
Right. I've tried chanting. I make determination in the morning. For example, I will chant 3 separation statements and few experiences. One short experiences, thoughts come and I get dragged in that thought, and I realize once I get dragged that my determination was to do chanting. Then why did I went and got dragged in those thoughts? So I come back to chanting. But that happens once or twice, and then later on, is it my determination that's weak that chanting stops?
That depends what is happening with you. Sometimes what happens, some type of vyavahar comes up, some type of activity comes up, wherein you are forced to ponder over it and take a decision. So then it's not a question of lower decision. Nishchay is not less. Other thing is, this chanting will stop if it doesn't interest you or you don't find any advantage of it.
Right.
So I would suggest you may do this if you are comfortable, but I have a suggestion that you try any of the 3 sentences. Take any one sentence and do it throughout the day. Either હું શુદ્ધાત્મા છું, હું અનંત જ્ઞાન વાળો છું, હું અનંત દર્શન વાળો છું. I am pure soul, source of infinite, I am infinite happiness or infinite knowledge, or I am infinite understanding. These are three very powerful things. The Gnan and Darshan wala will be very powerful. You may start with Darshan and then, but any one day, any one chanting. Don't mix the two. Stick to one. And if required, do it on 2-3 days. And I think you will get good results. You can share your experience.
Sure. Thank you. Jai Satchidanand.
Yes.
Satchidanand. Miraben.
Jai Satchidanand, also thank you very much for letting me unmute and show my picture. I don't know how to do it on my phone yet, so thank you, Jai Satchidanand, that you allowed me to do that. My question is related, Jai Satchidanand, Pulinanandji and Deepak Anandji. My question is related to many of the thoughts that we have spoken about today. On one hand, we have to take this effort to make sure the bad thoughts don't come in our head. We have to make this effort to say that we want to be only in Dada's ajnas, that we want to follow this. But I get confused because we also say in the Charan Vidhi, we also say, let me not interfere with the body, mind, and speech. So are we interfering here, or are we not? Or is it because we are in that interim government that we can do all of these? I get confusion. Can you please explain? Jai Satchidanand.
No, it's very simple. It's very simple. Thoughts may come, good or bad. So first thing, we must remove the concept that I must not get bad thoughts. Thoughts become good or bad as long as our understanding is gradually getting refined and purified. So the thoughts will come. Thoughts anyway are discharged, so whatever we have charged, it will come. One will not feel, as long as we observe the bad thoughts, it's just a thought. Thought is just paramanos. So the good and bad is our definition from the society angle. In the view of the Vitrag, it's just a parmanu that is getting exhausted.
Correct.
Yeah, so that is one thing. Second thing is, as you said in Charan Vidhi, say, let me not get entangled. So if I may say, the Gujarati version is, ડખો દખલ કરું નહીં એવી શક્તિ આપો, કેવળ દેખભાળ કરવાની મને શક્તિ આપો. So let me not get entangled, let me remain an observer. The answer is there in the second statement. Not getting entangled means remaining separate as an observer. So that is the strength we are asking. That may I remain an observer, seer and observer, and not get entangled or engrossed. Dakho dakhal is to us. There are two means, two ways dakho dakhal take place. One is getting entangled in the mind, body, speech, in the Prakruti, in Tanmayakar. Other dakho is the dakho of the buddhi, the intellect, which causes interference. Are, you're doing wrong thing. Are, you should have not done like this. Nobody has asked you. Why are you giving your opinion? So one, don't do like this, do like this. Nobody's asked you, but you go and do that. So one is the dakho dakhal, or the interference of the intellect in the worldly matters, unsolicited advice. Someone is doing something, why are you poking your nose in between? Unnecessarily. When asked, yes. So that is one dakho dakhal. And the dakho dakhal that is mentioned in the Charan Vidhi, that is trying to say, let me not get engrossed in the mind, body, spirit, let me remain an observer. કેવળ દેખભાળ કરવાની શક્તિ આપો. Let me remain an observer. So that's the meaning of that dakho dakhal, or that entanglement.
Okay. So supposing, for example, just to clarify, this Meera seems to like sweets. I like any son papdi, whatever sweets, they're sweets. So in this, if I'm fully following what if my Shuddhatma knows this is Meera's Prakriti, Meera enjoys sweets. But Meera does not. Meera observes that Shuddhatma is only the observer, that Meera enjoys sweets. And whatever happens, if Meera decides suddenly that Meera should not eat sweets, that is Meera's issue, not Shuddhatma. Am I interfere? That's my question. Am I interfering if I say, Meera, don't eat sweets because it's not good for you? Because internally some Jagrati comes and says, don't eat this. Am I making sense in my question? Am I clarifying my question properly?
So what you're saying is Meera likes sweets, and something inside also tells me you should not be eating the sweets.
Correct.
And when you listen to that voice, are you doing interference? That is your question.
Yes. It is that interference, or is that Vivasthit? Or that is my question. I don't know.
That is Jagrati.
I don't want to interfere.
That is awareness. That is Jagrati.
Okay.
You see, eating more of sweets is detrimental to your health. That is decision. So, best interest of your health, you are cautioning yourself, or your intellect is cautioning you that you should not be eating it.
That is intellect.
So that is not interference in the manner it is meant to be. Otherwise, if you don't do this, then your whole life will go haywire.
Correct.
So this is enhanced Jagrati that you have found that by eating more of the sweets is detrimental to your health and Jagrati. So it will harm your progress towards moksha. Hence, you should remain in normality. The point is, you are above normal. So your Jagrati is telling, come to the normality. Eat sweets, but in proper this thing, not extra, not excess. In normality. So it's an awareness. It's not interference.
Jai Satchidanand.
It is bringing you to normality from above normality.
Okay.
So that's not Dakota. That is not Dakota. That is not
that makes. Thank you. Jai Satchidanand.
Jai Satchidanand. Okay, Deepakananji. Okay. There are two parts, Pulinanandji. I have a question, and then Deepakananji will follow. Okay. Okay. We're going to do Samayik, but before that, I have a question. I want this Janma Jayanti was unique, abut. We still feel that vibrations even still with us today. So can you briefly talk about your take from there and your observation of the Jayanti? And then Deepakanji will talk about Samayik.
Janma Jayanti for me was in two parts. One thing was I was in charge of the drama, the one Mahatmas did. So my initial first 2 days were, I was involved in that because all the last moment finishing touches, gathering, putting all things together, ensuring the screen coming in and many practical aspects, So day 5th and 6th for me were crucial from those points of view till the drama got over because it was a responsibility. 7th onwards, the real spiritual aspect, if you ask me, started. And that day was really wonderful for me. Got up early, I did asked for some special strength from Dada Bhagwan. And then the routine vidhi and my personal, if I may say so, application of the Jagrati was there. It was a conscious decision to remain in a very alert state throughout the day of Janma Jayanti, that is the 7th of November. And remain Gnata Drashta, Jagrati, separate. That was the key decision I had taken at that point on that day. And reasonably successful through it. And I was feeling very happy also. And things went well. Day 8 was just a follow-up, but at that time it was not so much of an enhanced Jagrati, but reasonably Jagrati. And I could immediately see the difference. At day 7, the actual date of Janma Jayanti, determination, Jagrati, awareness was of a very high order. Day 8 was of a little lower order, personally. And you could see the difference that your inner happiness was diluted to that extent. The other aspect, of course, was meeting so many Mahatmas, and everybody was in a very happy frame of mind because such a big function of 4 days was taking place after nearly 2.5 years. So it was a very festive mood. The Garbas, the Nimantrak's Bhavana, the sponsor's Bhavana, was also of a very high order. So that was evident in all the function, the Satsangs, the Bhakti, the night Garbas. The Garbas were also very, very vibrant, very energetic, if I may say so. The whole atmosphere was very energetic. So it was a combination of the Nimantrak's Bhavanas and Dada Bhagwan's full divine grace was in flow during those 4 days. Full divine grace. I mean, that I have been listening from Mahatmas, and you have just mentioned it, that it was something amazing for us and that we are still experiencing those vibrations right now, you see. That was true. Many Mahatmas did tell me that while Aptaputras were narrating their experiences of Dada Bhagwan and their characteristics of Dada Bhagwan that they have experienced or seen and observed, and they were narrating, everybody felt spellbound that we have got or are getting an idea of what Dada Bhagwan is, and we are experiencing his presence now during those 4 days, you see. So the atmosphere was very charged. All the Mahatmas who attended really went back with some very good memories, very good experiences. And personally, as I said, I had good experiences I did experience his divine grace personally, me in person. I could sense his presence there, especially during the drama part of it. Because I know, or rather not me, but the whole team that was involved, we knew the amount of difficulties and hardships we had to face during the previous stages of rehearsals and trials and practices and all. And the way the drama went, it was just amazing. And I did have an inkling of it beforehand also, as if Dada was saying, don't worry, I'm there. So, and his presence was there in full flow. And when the drama was being enacted, I was observing from the sides. You didn't even know when did it start and when it got over. It just went with zap, 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 zap. Because while we were doing the rehearsals, we knew how it would take a lot of time, So if you ask me, I did experience his presence and his grace firsthand in the drama, after the drama, during the Janma Jayanti day, and maybe throughout the 4 days. A sense of enhanced Jagrati, a sense of lightness, so a different experience. If I may say, an experience of his divine grace was there. So personally, that was my experience, interacting with Mahatmas who also experienced the similar thing. So you can imagine, so many people, 500, 600, whatever people that attended. The lunch strength was high, but in the hall, if I may say so, everybody was in a good state of awareness. The entire atmosphere was charged. You have one agarbatti in a room and the fragrance flows, and if you have 10 agarbattis, it multiplies. So similarly, you have so many hundreds of Mahatmas in an enhanced state of awareness and enhanced state of happiness or bliss. So you can imagine the magnitude of happiness and awareness that was prevailing in the atmosphere during those 4 days. So especially it's coming after a big gap of 2 months or 2 years. So that was the beauty of it. And it's definitely something very nice, personally, spiritually, from their point of view, a very nice experience.
Very good. Yeah, also, I want to add that, even though we were not there, we are connected all through days. It was so unique that, we were totally connected staying here. So that was really, really unique. Okay, Bolo. Go ahead.
Yeah, you see, it is two things that work. Nimantrak's bhavna and Dada Bhagwan's grace. And I did happen to mention in one of the group satsangs that we were having during those days that this is an opportunity of a lifetime to all the Mahatmas who were gathered here. That spiritually, for aspirants, for Mahatmas like us, who are seeking moksha, or rapid progress in our progress towards moksha, this is an excellent opportunity. One, it was his Janma Jayanti. Two, it was his Satsang or his Samadhi. So the venue, the place, the kshetra is also very, very divine, very divine. Three, gathering of so many Mahatmas together in one place. And number four, gathering of so many Aptaputras, almost all, I would say. All Aptaputras in one place at one time for 4 days. Now, if one wants to advance spiritually, you need good atmosphere, good motivation. Now, this is the best possible environment that can ever be possible in Akram Vignan. His Janma Jayanti, his Samadhi, the best, purest form of place in the world, if I may say so. And the gathering of all Aptaputras and all the Mahatmas. So you cannot get an opportunity better than this to advance spiritually. So I told the Mahatmas that the external circumstances of the highest divine order. And now it is up to you, means up to Mahatmas, to grab this opportunity and extract as much as mileage you want from the spiritual advancement point of view. Otherwise, Janma Jayanti is a Janma Jayanti. It's a function. It can even deteriorate down into a social function individually for a person. Oh, I will go there. I will meet so many people. I will meet this person. I will meet that Mahatma. They will talk about this and talk about that, relative matters. We will be relaxed. We will have nice food. We will roam around. We will have fun. That could be one agenda or one of the means or one of the purposes for coming to this function. It then becomes a semi-social function. So I told them, your Prakriti will like all this stuff, but it is up to you to do as the Prakriti says and make it a happiness social function, or to make it a divine social event and extract spiritual mileage from it. By extracting spiritual mileage means you have to ask for the inner strength of whatever you are lacking, the inner strength of whatever you want to advance spiritually, to enhance your Jagrati, to enhance your separateness from the mind, body, speech. It's a wonderful occasion. on these days, Dada Bhagwan's grace is in full flow. He is ready to shower his blessings. It is only up to us to extract as much we want. I'd given an example that I am sitting over here. Supposing you had a bundle of 100 rupee notes kept behind me, and I had said, you may take as much as you want. What will you do? Everybody will take it. Similarly, if there is Dada Bhagwan over here, he is willing to shower all the blessings that you want. It is up to you to ask how much you want. So the purpose changes, the mindset changes, and you go with, you attend the whole function with a different mindset. Then you really go back home with lots of happiness, lot of spiritual growth, lot of enhanced Jagrati. So it was, this is or was the best possible atmosphere or opportunity to advance spiritually, where His divine grace is in full flow. It only depends on which vessel you put and grab the opportunity. So each one, after this, I happened to talk in one of the class. The next day, everybody, our Sampati came and told me, see, now everybody has started asking for strength. And I was just visiting the Samadhi. And I could see so many Mahatmas around there, very fervently praying and asking for strength, whatever they must be doing. So that was also one very good thing, people gathering of people maybe for chit-chatting or social functions. But this was for spiritual enhancement. So when you are in an environment where people are also advancing spiritually, that also gives a push to a person who wants to advance spiritually, but doesn't know how to do it. So it was a very pushing environment also. So I think those are my experiences of the Janma Jayanti.
Very good. No, this is very good. Thank you very much. Okay, we have a question before we go to Deepakanji. Sheila Ben? Unmute, please. Unmute kijiye.
Jai Sachidanand Pulinanandji, Jai Sachidanand Deepakanandji, Jai Sachidanand everyone. There was one question I had about doing Pratikraman for something that happened in the past. That is, suppose like they were much younger, when I was much younger, when you had some kind of, you went through some experience where you had, where at that point when it happened, first of all, you were not aware of all this. Pratikraman karna hai, we didn't know anything. But at that point, you knew that there was some account that you had to settle with that person. That awareness was there. But I was, you're settling it as me, because I was not looking at it as file one or staying away from that. But it was, you felt it was all done because, and now file one has got nothing or no feelings about that or anything about that. But how do you know? Do I have to do that Pratikraman now for that? How do I know? Because that person is passed away. So how do I know whether that file, that account has been settled, whether that file has been closed? And similarly, there are many such things when you meet someone and then you don't even know that what you did, and suppose from their reaction, then you realize that there is something which has annoyed that person or whatever. Then again, you feel, okay, you have to do Pratikraman. So how do I go back and look at what all I should be doing Pratikraman for?
Answering the first part of your question, how do I come to know my Pratikramans are complete, or do I need to do more Pratikraman?
Yes.
See, the thermometer or the measure of it is there within us only. You will feel at peace and calm.
Oh.
You will do Pratikraman once, twice, thrice, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 1 day, 2 days, 10 days. At some point of time, you will feel an inner peace and calm. So that is a measure that your Pratikramans are over. Now you need not do any further. The analogy is that when you're washing your clothes, you're washing a stain, how long will you do soap, brush and water till the stain is there? After that, once the stain is not there, you won't do it. So similarly, if your heart feels light, you don't feel anything. So that's the measure of you cease your Pratikramans. That is one measure. Other measure is you won't even remember that person. You won't even remember that fault. It is just erased. So that is the second measure, that your pratikramans are complete and need not do anything more. Okay. What was the second question was about?
Same thing. If old file they reappear in your life, you have even forgotten about everything, but you don't even. But it looks like they are having a grudge or anything against you.
How do you come to know that? How do you come to know? No, but how do you come to know they have a grudge against you?
From they might mention that incident or something. I mean, in some other context, they might mention.
So if you have come to know by any means that they have a grudge against you, then you need to do Pratikraman.
Okay.
Even if you have forgotten, but it is registered in their mind.
Yes.
They still hold you guilty. They feel that you are the one who has caused them pain. Whether you remember, whether you did it unknowingly, that does not matter. As long as in their eyes you have committed a mistake or an error or caused them some hurt or pain, knowingly or unknowingly, you may not be intending, but they seem to have interpreted it that way.
Yes.
As long as it is like, someone having a claim against you in his or her mind, then you have to do Pratikraman. There is no right and there is no wrong. You may be 100% right, but there's a claim in their mind. They have interpreted your action or some deed in some manner. So that claim has to be settled, which means you have to do Pratikraman. You are very fortunate, you should say. I would say you're fortunate. At least you have come to know that such a thing is happening in their mind.
Yes.
That they hold a grudge against you in their mind. To come to know of it is a very good, fortunate thing. That is an opportunity to do Pratikraman and cleanse it off and settle the claim. Had you not come to know of it, and then you would have to suffer it unknowingly. So you should be very fortunate that you have come to know of it.
Yes. Understood. Thank you.
Okay.
Yes, Sachidanand.
Jai Sachidanand.
Yes.
Okay, Deepakanji.
Jai Sachidanand. In these last 2 weeks, we are doing Pratikraman for all those who come in our memory. As what Dada Bhagwan has said, that nobody can haunt your memory unless there is some account of give and take, likes and dislike. So here, even Dada made us do such Pratikraman and Samayik so that we cleanse our relative self. So, Pulinanandji, can you please throw some light on this, that how Dada used to tell us that whoever comes in our memory, they come, they haunt our memory because of our previous likes and dislikes, and they need to be resolved, cleansed by Pratikraman and seeing them with two viewpoints. Jai Sachidanand.
Typically, કહેવાય ને કે જે વસ્તુ યાદ આવે એનું ખપે પ્રતિક્રમણ. Whatever we remember, typically we remember either because of a like or a dislike, as I said, rag or dvesh, So if we have hurt somebody, then obviously it will keep haunting us. Or if we have caused too much of mamta or minus, rag, then it will haunt us. Oh, I like that person so much. I showered so much love and affection on him or her, and now she's far away, where he or she is, what she is doing. So that's how it comes back to us, or as he said, haunts us, or we remember a person. So by way of attachment, we either remember someone, or by way of dvesh or abhorrence, we remember someone. So both need to be cleaned. or cleansed. Especially, we can start with the places where we have caused hurt to someone, and which in turn, our hurt, when we have caused hurt to someone, which in turn is causing a pain to us, somewhere down. We keep remembering that. So we must, wherever such a thing happens, we must do the pratikramans. And I would say, or Dada Bhagwan had also said, that you can proactively do such pratikramans. Proactively in the sense, not wait for something that I remember. I select one by one my files, the closest files start from home and then go slightly away files. And just do the Pratikraman of Rag, Dvesh, Vishay, Kasai, this birth, previous births, and cleanse out all the karmic accounts. That was one of the proactive ways Dada Bhagwan had suggested to cleanse all your accounts. And if that is little difficult, then you can start with whatever you remember, the hurts caused to others, the claim others have for you, and do Pratikraman to cleanse out whatever hurt the other person has given or you have given, both. I think that's what I feel. Yes, Sajid.
Hey, Sachidanand, so let us do that Samayik, or we call that meditation, Samayik Pratikraman. And I'll just read the prayer for that. Okay, starting with separation. In short, whoever comes in our memory, we will see them with two viewpoints, relative and real, outer relative, inner real. And if we remember any of the mistakes committed, then we will apologize for the mistake and correct our mistakes. Jai Satchidanand. O pure soul God.
O pure soul God.
You are separate.
You are separate.
Deepakanand is separate.
Pulinanand is separate.
O pure soul God, you are real.
O pure soul God, you are real.
Deepakanand is relative.
Pulinanand is relative.
O pure soul God.
O pure soul God.
You are permanent.
You are permanent.
Deepakanand is temporary.
Pulinanand is temporary.
O Dada Bhagwan.
O Dada Bhagwan.
O Lord Simandar Swami.
O Lord Simandar Swami.
Please shower your infinite divine grace.
Please shower your infinite divine grace.
And blessings on me.
And blessings on me.
So that I virtuously.
So that I virtuously.
Use the divine knowledge light.
Use the divine knowledge light.
Of the inner pure soul God.
Of the inner pure soul God.
Manifested through Prajna Shakti.
Manifested through Prajna Shakti.
And do Samayik to see and perceive.
And do Samayik to see and perceive.
With two viewpoints.
With two viewpoints.
Of relative and real.
Of relative and real.
In my vigilant.
In my vigilant.
Interim intermediate.
Interim intermediate.
Enlightened state.
Enlightened state.
And also do Pratikraman.
And also do Pratikraman.
Apologize.
Apologize.
For all the mistakes.
For all the mistakes.
By Deepakanand.
By Pulinanand.
Committed until now.
Committed until now.
With all those.
With all those.
Who comes in my memory.
Who comes in my memory.
I, Deepakanand.
I, Pulinanand.
Solemnly surrender.
Solemnly surrender.
Mind, speech, body.
Mind, speech, body.
Name and all name-related attachments.
Name and all name-related attachments.
Projected doership, bhav karma.
Projected doership, bhav karma.
Inner subtle body.
Inner subtle body.
Metaphysical dravya karma.
metaphysical dravya karma,
outer gross body,
outer gross body,
5 sense no karma,
5 sense no karma,
unto the holy lotus feet
unto the holy lotus feet
of your divine enlightened,
of your divine enlightened,
manifested,
manifested,
emancipated,
emancipated,
perpetual pure soul Dada Bhagwan,
perpetual pure soul Dada Bhagwan,
the supreme Godhood state.
the supreme Godhood state.
Jai Satchidanand.
Jai Satchidanand.
I am pure soul.
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 I am pure soul as Dada Bhagwan.
I am pure soul as Dada Bhagwan.
I am pure soul as Lord Simandar Swami.
I am pure soul as Lord Simandar Swami.
Jai Satchidanand.
Jai Satchidanand.
We'll be doing this for 10 minutes. Jai Satchidanand.
Jai Satchidanand.
This time my memories went to my younger age when I was small and very notorious. Lot of mischiefs, trouble around where I stayed, and wonderful. I could do Pratikraman for all that. So this way, gradually, it will happen. You don't have to do it. We have to just decide, and as per nature's order, it will come, and we are ready to see with two viewpoints and do Pratikraman for all the mistakes that comes in my memory, that you committed this, that, like that. Jai Satchidanand Pulinanandji.
Yeah, same way. Whatever Mahatmas I'm in touch with, and wherever I felt I would have heard them, I did do Pratikraman for those people. Yeah.
Wonderful.
Mm-hmm.
Jai Satchidanand.
Any Mahatmas wants to share? Mirabai, you want to share something?
Oh, sure. For me, it was quite interesting because from childhood until last week, all of these just small things, like maybe I didn't give somebody something that I should have very freely because it's not mine. It is not mine to give or receive. It is because Mira's interacting with my colleague in a certain way. So from childhood, from my mother to now, in 10 minutes, there's so many people I had to do Pratikraman to. Or Mira has to do Pratikraman too. Jai Satchidanand. I felt very good.
Jai Satchidanand.
Okay, Jai Satchidanand. Okay. Our time is up. So, Pulinanandji, can you do three
Just
mantras?
1 minute, I would like to say, at
Yes.
times, nobody, I mean, you really don't feel like nobody came in your memory. It is possible. But gradually, as you do this experiment of Samayik and Pratikraman, it will happen. It will happen. So don't get disappointed if you are not able to see anybody or realize that. Jai Sachidanand.
Okay, Jai Sachidanand. Okay, Miraben, please unmute. Okay. Please, can you do three mantras? Please, Miraben, please follow.
Namo Vitragay.
Namo Vitragay.
Namo Varihantanam.
Namo Arihantanam.
Namo Siddhanam.
Namo Siddhanam.
Namo Ayariyanam.
Namo Ayariyanam.
Namo Vasayanam.
Namo Uvazayanam.
Namo Loe Savasahunam.
Namo Loye Savva Sahunam.
Eso Panchanamukaro.
Eso Panchanamukaro.
Savapava Panasano.
Savapava Panasano.
Mangalanam cha Savvesim.
Mangalanam cha Savvesim.
Padamam Havai Mangalam.
Padamam Havai Mangalam.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namah Shivaya.
Om Namah Shivaya.
Jai Sachidanand.
Jai Sachidanand.
Jai Sachidanand. Just glance through tomorrow's program. Morning 6:30 prayers, 10:15 Gujarati Satsang, 3 p.m. we have Hindi Satsang, 4:30 Mahatma Ashok Bhai and Meenakshi Ben from Jackson, Florida. They are having their Gnan Day, so they're going to give us benefit of Kirtan Bhakti. 9 p.m. we have worldwide Gujarati Satsang. Again, during the day, we will use the 3 separation tendencies to separate ourselves, experience our intermediate enlightened state, and whoever comes in our memory, see them with two viewpoints, relative and real, and also do Pratikraman